Welcome back to the Jade in USA podcast. My name is Josh, and I'm joined by my co-host Janie, who has some very, very exciting news for you all. So I'll let her take it away.
Yeah, I have some very exciting news for you guys, and it applies to our topic this week. I got a job. Very excited. Woo! Strenuous process, but I got a job in or around the Seattle area, so I'll be moving out there soon. But yeah, super excited. We have a lot to talk about with job search. Not a fun process.
Yeah, congratulations again. Really happy for you. You've been working hard. And yes, it is a strenuous, tumultuous process. A lot of emotions. Not having a job right out of college. So, for some background, I graduated 2023. I was looking for a job in a similar position up until like December of 2023. So I was down bad for a little bit, but I've been in Chicago, moved to Chicago in January for work, and have been here ever since. So, but yeah, like she said, today's topic is all centered around finding a job, post-grad, and a little bit of like post-grad life. So we'll get right into it. So the first thing we want to talk about is just how hard it is. Why is it so hard? Like the emotions that you feel. Since it's so fresh, tell me about what everything's been like since you graduated till this point.
It's been just very unplanned, it feels like. I feel like while you're in school, right, you're going to graduate high school, you're going to go to college, you're going to do whatever. This was the first time I really had no set plan for me. So that was pretty scary. I stayed in my apartment at school until my lease ended at the end of summer. So it was a little bit of a change these past few weeks moving home. But yeah, during that time, I did my job search. It's a lot of virtual stuff, a lot of virtual meetings and virtual interviews. But I did a little bit of traveling in that time too, which has been good. Okay, wait. Pause. I can hear you breathing like a bulldog, like straight into the mic.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Let me turn this down.
But yeah, I got to do a little bit of traveling, which was pretty fun, pretty good. I got to spend time with friends. It was hard to enjoy myself though. Like it wasn't all fun and games. I promise you guys that. Especially if you're in the older generation and you're like, why aren't these kids wanting to work? I promise I really wanted a job and I really want to work. But yeah, I tried to take older and wiser people's advice and enjoy my time as well. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I really relate to like the no structure part. It was like such a weird feeling, like not having like class. You didn't have like, maybe you had like a part-time job or something, but that's like a part-time. So obviously we were looking for full-time work. And then, yeah, you just have to like know how much time to spend on applying to places while not also going crazy and just being cooped up in your room all day. There's no like one right way to do things, and without having that like direction, like formal direction, it's like really daunting and it makes you overthink, at least for me, during that whole time.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
Wait, tell me and tell us about your kind of daily routine when you were looking for your job.
Yeah, so similar to you, right after graduation back in like April. So I graduated in April, and I'm from Michigan. My parents' house is not too far from school, and my lease was signed through to the end of July. So I still had a couple friends in the area that were staying for the summer as well. So I figured might as well just live out the rest of my lease, stay in my college town, excuse me, and like work my part-time job. So that's kind of what I did. So my day then, when I was still in school, I would wake up, go to the gym, maybe work my part-time job, and then at night I would just be applying to jobs, trying to set up like coffee chats, things like that. But then once I moved, it was a lot harder. Felt like as soon as you move home, it's like your next step of like, oh no, like I'm back home. Like I'm not even like free.
Yeah.
Like I'm literally under my parents' roof again. So I would still go to the gym pretty much every day, but then I was doing like a lot more like I felt like I had more pressure to spend even more time applying to jobs. So I was doing that at night. I was like picked up journaling. I picked up like learning Korean. Like I was trying to do like more productive things just so like give myself like structure in a day, because when it's just like, oh, gym and then apply to jobs, like that's so like ambiguous. It's not really like a set time where you have to do either of those things. So I wanted to try to like fill my day with something more productive. So that was literally what I was doing from like August to like December. It was basically that every day. And I was just journaling my thoughts. Most of those entries, if I look back, are all very, very similar of like what I did that day. But I think it was good. And it's good to it's fun to look back on. Like those were like really the hardest days of like my life. Just like not having a job and feeling like a bum, just like being in my parents' house and everything. So yeah, I feel like it's pretty similar to you.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking back. My journal that I was using for all of this stuff is downstairs, but I was gonna show it. A lot of entries and stuff filled out, but good tip to have. Honestly, I think journaling is good. What would you say is like the most important parts of what you did in your job search process? Like what actually put you ahead and made a difference?
Great question. So I think being intentional with my resumes for each job that I was applying for. So at first, and even when like during senior year, I had like a basic like resume that was pretty general that I thought covered like most of the bases, because in my head I was like applying to mainly the same type of roles. So like, oh, I can just volume like pass like submit my resume. They're all pretty much going to be the same role, so like I can probably get more out if I don't have to like update them for each like job description and everything like that. That was a mistake. Definitely probably could have got a job a lot sooner if I catered each resume to each application a little bit better. Yes, it takes a lot more time, but it truly does help, because you realize in 2023, 2024, these companies are getting so many applications and they have to run through these applications and resumes through like an AI checker and like a bot basically that looking to match up the keywords of the job description and then your resume. So that is the first thing that even gets you through the door if you don't have like a referral or something like that. So that'll put you ahead. So that's number one. And then number two, like reaching out to people at companies that you really want to work for that aren't like a complete random person. So an alumni, someone, a family friend, someone like that, someone that's willing to help you, because people do want to help you. People like hear that you're looking for a job. A lot of them that are working and are a little younger probably understand the job market these days. So they're really, a lot of people are nice and are sticking their arm out to try to help. So taking advantage of those and yeah, not being afraid to like literally cold message someone on LinkedIn. So I would say those two things. What about you?
Yeah. 100%. The coffee chats are, I feel like, the biggest deal. You can apply to all of the jobs you want and you can tailor your resume. Like I started doing that towards the end. I had upwards of 60, 70 like tailored resumes and still like not a whole lot back. Like I don't understand the whole thing. But yeah, I really think it's the coffee chats, and especially if you're an entry level person and a new grad, you can fully lean into that and tell them like I'm a new grad. I really want to talk to you about your journey, your position. Especially if they're an alumni, they're way more likely to help you out. I am in the middle of writing a LinkedIn post just because I don't know. I am passionate about coffee chats, but it's just like people are more willing to help a kindergartner like tie his shoes than a fifth grader. So you want to start with the coffee chats like pretty early, and you never know like when that connection will help down the line. So yeah, I had almost 45 coffee chats in my like job search. It was a lot. I didn't love sitting on Zoom talking to strangers all the time. That is not my thing. But you get better at it. And you like make those connections, and then you learn a lot. I feel like I learned something valuable, usually multiple valuable things, in every single coffee chat. So yeah, huge on that. Huge on leveraging the people that you know, especially in person, or like if your brother knows someone, if your aunt and uncle has a college roommate that they know, like that is relevant to you. I think that helps a lot because yeah, there's only so much you can do, like Googling and reading articles, like you really just need to make that human connection. I think that's the biggest thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember when we would be talking, you feel like you had like 2 or 3 coffee chats like every week.
Oh my
Which is
god.
great. You did a lot more of that than I did.
Yes.
So, and look at you got a job a lot faster than I did after graduation.
Yeah.
So, definitely all that work paid off. So, yeah, again, happy for you.
Thanks.
Let's move on to the next thing. I think we both experienced this where you have like an imposter syndrome. You have like other people around you saying things. People are kind of out of touch with what's going on, and like thinking that it's a lot easier to just get a job than it actually is.
Just go walk in. Just go hand them your resume. Come on. It can't be that hard. That's what we're told.
Yeah. Definitely had like grandma and grandpa, mom, even parents saying like, oh, doesn't the career center
and they don't help.
Don't they like, isn't that like a thing where like you just get a job like that? Like no. I mean, they're there. They have like a newsletter. Yeah. They have like
the fundraising
suggestions,
events,
but it's not anything like truly like the same as it was when they were in our position. Which, because they don't know any better, but like they just assume that we're not trying hard enough, because you go from nothing, like when you don't have a job, to when you do have a job. It's like there's nothing in between. So it's either you're like a bum and you like aren't trying hard enough, and the only tangible thing that they can see you progressing is if you finally get a job. So until you get all the way to that point, even if you're doing multiple coffee chats a week, you're sending out 5 to 10 quality job applications every day, they don't see that. So like they just think you're like, because you don't have a job yet, you're like not trying, and you're lazy, and you're not hardworking, and why did I help you pay for tuition? Like all that. It's like, oh, you don't understand.
I know. So yeah, for me, I mean, my parents are like, why are you talking to these people if they can't get you a job? I'm like, it's more than just that. Like down the line, I think they will be helpful. Plus, obviously learning. But at some point, and I think a lot of new grads and like in our positions, or like in my position, have like argued with their parents. If you haven't, I'm jealous, nice parents to have. But I have argued with my parents about things, and I have at some point sat down and literally forward them each individual email of like, oh, sorry, no, like we're going with another candidate, or oh, thank you for your application, and then like no response. Like, so I don't know, I forwarded like 100 emails, and you know what? It gets the point across. They're like, okay, I get it. And I'm like, yeah. So pro tip, if you guys get annoyed, I do that. And then the whole university thing. And this is so funny because ironically, my grandpa went to Michigan way back in the I don't know, 1940s.
The old days.
Something like that, yeah. He is probably older than half the buildings on campus at this point. But he was like, I don't understand. Like, when I graduated, they brought in like 4 or 5 companies, and they presented us with these roles, and they were like, pick one. And I was like, that is insane. That is insane. No one is doing that these days. I wish I promise you, if someone came to me with a job and they were like, "You want it?" Yes, I will take it. But oh, oh my God, yeah. And then even okay, and my parents are like kind of older too, but they're like, "Have you tried Googling graphic design jobs in St. Louis?" I'm like, "Yes, I have, but that does not help. Google searching does not help, guys." So, oh my God, yeah, we have a lot to say on this. I could go on and on and on about every single topic we have, but those are two big things that I had to say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I literally relate to you so much. I feel like there's a lot of people out there like
Yeah.
that. But the job market is generally just way, way more competitive
Mm-hmm.
today than it was back then.
Yeah,
And
and
there's also like,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it's just like there's so much more noise. Like they don't do the connections like in person things with like colleges. It's all just the online applications. And it's just the noise is like there's so many listings that are outdated. They're not actually hiring for. There's so many applicants that could be just straight up bots. Like I feel like that's a lot. And then or people who they're just mass applying. And yeah, just like the AI like applicant tracking systems too. Like it's hard. I honestly feel bad for HR people these days because I think they catch a lot of flack for that, and it's not necessarily their fault, but it's so hard. And all of like the hacks have been oversaturated. Like to reach out via email or via LinkedIn message to a recruiter or someone at the company, it's like it just gets lost in the mess, and some people just don't prioritize that or have time or want to answer a stranger's email or question, you know? So,
Yeah.
a lot of noise.
Yeah, I agree. Just going back to like maybe I can talk about like my specific experience with maybe some regrets I had. So I went to like my school had a lot of resources, and being the degree I had, like there's different clubs that I was a part of that would bring in speakers from other companies and stuff, just like to expose you to some of the different roles that people might have, that alumni have, things like that. And I just thought in my head, my 21-year-old head, that oh, like it's fine. Like when the time comes, like even senior year, like I'll just start applying to jobs senior year. I know I have like these resources. I'll tap into some of it, but maybe I won't go all in as like I know some other kids are. Like I'll be fine. Like everything's worked out for me so far. Like the way I've been doing things, like I'll be fine. And then looking back, I definitely should have done more like networking when I was in school, because that's honestly how a lot of like my peers got jobs before me. Like some of those people that I remember seeing were spending extra time like talking to some of the people that would come in, or spending extra time like on LinkedIn trying to connect with people that just spoke to one of our classes or something like that, where I was too prideful to do that or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those people got rewarded for it. So if you have those opportunities, absolutely do those things. It's not like I ignored everything. I just can remember times where I like consciously was like, I'll be all right. I'll like skip this one like event or something because I want to play basketball instead or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think those started to add up and genuinely punished me in a way for like not doing those things, to why I didn't have a job for so long. So I think if you do have those resources, definitely take advantage of it. It's not cliche. You're not better than you're not as good as you think. So yeah, that's something that I've like thought about, especially like when I was without a job. I was like, dude, this is my fault. Like,
Yeah.
but it's a mix of both. Like I could have done more, but I also like other people were still struggling. So
I would say, on the other hand, I was one of those tryhards, you know, doing the most. Like, I had 4 internships before I graduated, like professional, paid, all of that. And it still took me 3 months to get a job. And it's not even, I don't know, maybe it is like the networking. Like, in the undergrad, whatever, my school, I don't know. There's some other things specific to me that I think also set me back. But just like even those internships, like it's not as guaranteed anymore. I don't like it feels like to have a full-time offer after. And like for me, it's even like the timing of them. Like I had internships so like early in my college career, they didn't know what was happening 2 years after that when I was graduating, or even just like the ebb and flow of like workflow or business, like contracts. I don't know. So yeah, I would say it's half and half. Like yes, take advantage of all of the networking and all of the opportunities that you can in undergrad, but also like even if you did all of that and you're still not where you want to be, I don't think that's any fault to you. I think you try and do what you can now, and it'll hopefully work out. It'll work out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that can bring me to my next point. Like, as much as it sucks if you are, or maybe in the future you are in the position that I was in last year and Janie was for the last 3 months, where you're without a job post grad and you're living at home or something and things suck.
Mm-hmm.
I think another good thing to think about and remember is like really cherish that time because you're of all the freedom that you do have. Because once you do get a job, most likely you're probably not going to have as much free time ever again, unless you get,
Okay.
have like a job break or you get laid off or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the last time that you probably can spend a lot of time with your family, living, having, dinner together, all those things, not having to pay rent. Like, there's a lot of good things. As much as it does suck, there's a good aspect of it, and that's something that I do miss, because I'm not even in the same state anymore. I'm not in like close proximity anymore. So I definitely, looking back, just cherish that time that I had post grad, like living at home, because I don't have the luxury of having that anymore. So there's obviously a good balance to have, but it's not
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing ever.
Yeah, for sure. Like from this point on, as far as I know, I won't be living with my parents anymore. So no more home cooked meals, no more Starbucks rides. So it's okay. It's okay.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard to like focus on that positive while you're job hunting, especially at home, because you're just so focused on it. It feels like something that's like on your shoulders every single time you're doing other things. And it's like, oh, I could be spending this time doing like making my resume better, making my portfolio better. And it's just like, you can only do so much. And like people say, like treat the job search as a job, like don't dedicate so much of your life that you get so burnt out. Yeah, whatever that means to you. But, yep. I had something I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was. Oh, I mean, kind of with the whole moving home thing. I felt this, and I don't know if you did too, Josh, but I think moving home and like, for one, that felt like accepting defeat a little bit, because I was like, I'm just gonna move straight from my college town to a job. There's no way I'm not gonna get a job, right? Like right out of college, right? And yeah, that was a little defeating, a little humbling, and then just almost like even the small things or somewhat big of like unpacking all of your stuff from college, or like getting a gym membership in your hometown. Like I was like, is this me accepting it? Like I'm just gonna stay here forever? And it's like, honestly, no. And the way my mom was like, she's like, you're gonna do all this stuff and then you're gonna get a job offer and you'll be out of here ASAP. Like that's just how things work. And like life is funny. Maybe that is how things work. But I'm really glad. Yeah, for one, my parents were pretty understanding the few fights, but and then oh shoot, what else I was gonna say something else too. Do you have anything to say, Josh?
No, I mean, yeah, I felt the same way. Like, as soon as you move home, maybe not in the same extent. Maybe I was like already so used to like feeling defeated, but like yeah, when I moved home, and you get back into a new routine, like at home, it's like extra bad. And your mom's telling you like, oh, there's like this new like brewery opening up downtown. Like you should try to see if they like have any open positions there. Like, and then
Mm-hmm.
if I took that, that would be like accepting defeat, because then I would be spending time
Yes.
working like this other job that I never even wanted. And that was like, no, like that was like a boundary. I was like, no, I cannot do that, because then I'll start talking myself into mediocrity, I guess,
Mhm.
in a way.
Yeah,
So
100.
okay, you sound like you remembered what you were gonna say.
Yes, but also 100%. My parents were also like that. Like, I just got this job. I got the verbal offer a week ago. So like all brand new. But like the week, 2 weeks leading up to that, my parents were like, okay, well, you're gonna have to start considering applying to Home Goods or wherever. And I was like, oh God, like, I don't know. That just seems so counterproductive in my mind. It's like so much of your time wasted on this job. And I know it's like, right, you have to make your own money, you have to make your own way. But like, if I'm living here anyways, I don't know. Just the whole thing. So yeah, honestly, saving grace when I got this job offer. But what I was going to say is there's almost this like ego death that has to happen with your job search. And I think a lot of career like focused new grads and college students, they expect to have a job right off the bat, or they're like, it shouldn't take more than the summer to find a job. And it's like, no, like that's just like not how things work. From what I've heard from like professionals in the industry, even just like the summer is a terrible time for hiring. Everyone's on vacation. Like there's like summer Fridays, like no one's taking it seriously. The best time is like in the fall, like usually September, I guess. People are wanting to hire people before the end of the year, and like everyone's getting back from vacation by then. So like I had no idea about that. I was just like, it's summer. It doesn't matter. Business is moving, right? Like why are they not hiring? So yeah, like there's that, which is also totally not your fault. But I think it's just the ego death of like, yeah, like you can't work for the biggest, coolest company. And like, I know that. Did I still apply to a lot of them? Yeah. But like sometimes you have to settle for a position that you're not that interested in. I would say this position that I took, like it has nothing to do with my undergrad degrees, but I'm very excited about it. I think it fits my personality and it's a great opportunity. And it gets me the heck out of the Midwest. But yeah, it's just there is an ego death that comes with all of it, and it's hard to get over. I get it, but sometimes you have to accept it. Even the little things, like I felt like I was admitting defeat a little bit. Maybe I'm just dramatic, but like the whole tailoring your resume, I'm like, my resume is good enough. I have so many things I've made. It is fine. You just have to do the things. So yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say something and then I forgot. See if I can get it back. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Definitely felt that ego. Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Especially when it comes to like comparing yourself to like your peers. There's like this phenomenon that I would see, because obviously you're on LinkedIn a lot, and you have connections with all these people that you went to class with, people that you know personally, some people that are, you just know from class, whatever. And like you might think yourself like, oh, I'm smarter than them, like I'm brighter than they are. Yet here they are, they got like this job that I deem is like, whoa, like really cool. And then you're thinking to yourself like, dang, like if they're getting that, like, and I can't get a job, like,
Period.
what am I?
Yeah.
Like, you're just comparing all that. Like, I would like hate watch, like whenever I'd see like someone I know that I don't like, or like someone that I just know not really well, get like oh, excited to announce that I've just accepted an offer to XYZ company. Thank you to XYZ for helping me.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like,
with the process,
where's the
and I'm like,
dislike button?
and I'm here like my fingers are like I'm getting carpal tunnel from like applying to like 100 jobs a week,
Yeah,
or like, you know, in a few days, and like I have no bites. I'm like, what are they doing that I'm not? Like,
I
this
know.
sucks. So
I truly
yeah,
100% it is who
compare
you
yourself.
know. But yes, I think also one thing that really like kind of murked me, I I don't know if you can tell, I do not want to stay in Indiana. I really did not want to stay in the Midwest, to be honest. Chicago would have been fine, but I am so grateful I get out. But I think, you know, all of my school connections are in Indiana, but it's like all of these like lame companies that are like insurance or healthcare or, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm not gonna go. Not that it's a bad idea to stay in Indiana, but like that just did not align with my career goals. So I think that was a real kicker,
Yeah.
especially just like not having a network. Like I had to network with people.
All right, sorry, we got cut off there a little bit, but I think we're gonna start talking about like post grad life now. Things that I've done because I'm a little bit ahead. Things that Janie you're looking forward to, moving out of the Midwest,
Yeah.
which you've been so looking forward to.
So excited.
So yeah, how about you tell me some of the things that you're looking forward to? Moving to Seattle, what are you excited about?
I actually did not know this when I was like in the interview process. Like there's also this whole thing of not getting too committed to an idea or to a job when you're in this job search. I feel like it's like you have so much hope, and even the littlest bit of hope, you're like, oh, I know someone there, I got an internal referral, and you still get like denied, and then it just like squashes any hope you ever have. Like, oh my god, yeah, it's a joke. But so I like for this position, I was like, nope, no hope, none of that. Terrible. I don't even care about this job. I obviously cared, but yeah. I didn't research Seattle at all. I did not know it has such a big Asian population, which is so crazy.
It does.
Yeah, besides LA for the summer, but I have never lived in a place that had probably more than 5% of an Asian population. So I'm very excited about that, but also a little scared and a little nervous. I've already been called basically not even whitewashed, just white. So it's fine. It's fine.
By who?
Let's talk about that. But by someone who's
Oh.
Asian. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. But like
Oh yeah.
activities, things outside of work.
Food, the weather, to be honest, like that sounds silly, but I hate winter, and they don't get a whole lot of snow. They have pretty mild, I mean, it's a lot of rain, but pretty mild winter, so super hyped about that. It's cloudy over there. I feel like I will kind of like that. That's my favorite part of the winter, when it gets dark at like 4 o'clock, and then I can just like hunker into my apartment and, I don't know, do all my other things in the dark. Then I don't have to stay up as late. It feels more productive. I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, water activities. I like kayaking. I like paddleboarding, all that. But then also hiking. I've never lived in the mountains. That'll be so cool. So psyched about that. And then the campus I'll work on is super cool. It's humongous. They have awesome like walking trails, but also like pickleball courts and things like that. So I think that'll be fun. And cutesy fall activities, pumpkin patches, all that. Looking forward to it. So
Cool.
cool. You haven't
Yeah.
had a fall in Chicago, have you? Like you haven't lived there for fall?
No, not yet.
Are you excited?
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean, fall's like my favorite season for sure. You know, you got like football, you got pumpkin spice lattes. I feel like it's pretty views, the leaves changing. I don't know, it's just like something about like a crisp fall, like the air, just like in at night. I don't know, the smell of the leaves, just very, very tranquil and very, very nostalgic. Just I feel like I always had good memories.
Yeah.
Growing up for fall, and it's in the Midwest, so I'm assuming it's not going to be too different from Michigan, but Might have to make my way out to some cider mills. I'm sure they have some in Illinois in the suburbs and such.
Some cider mill?
Yeah, super excited for all that. Cider mills.
What are those?
What?
I don't know what those are. What is that? What you said?
Oh, is it a Michigan thing? Yeah, it's like a apple orchard, and then they have like apple cider and donuts and tractor rides.
Huh. I've never heard them called in.
Like haunted houses,
Cider mill.
corn mazes.
Yeah. Love those.
Oh, what?
That's so weird though. But yeah.
I feel like they might have it in Seattle.
Oh
maybe.
yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
sure.
it's like literally like it's like a very fall thing.
Yeah.
Pumpkin patch.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. Like the type. I've never heard of it called a cider mill.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's like the places that you've been didn't have apples.
You just call it the apple orchard.
Oh, I see. But they'd have like apple cider and stuff.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Oh, interesting. Well,
Do they make it on
the
site?
more you know. Yeah.
Ah.
But that's what it is. Well, at least the ones I've been to, cider mill, apple orchard, same thing. But okay, yeah, very excited for all that. Football, college football, NFL. Yeah, it just kind of takes you through to the holidays, and holidays are always fun. So very excited for that. Other things post grad for me that I like enjoyed, aside from like the freedom and being able to support myself and like have that sort of thing, you feel like, you know, you made it in a way, having your own place. Making new friends is kind of hard at first if you don't know a lot of people, so definitely trying to put yourself out there, meet new people. I feel like finally now I've had like a decent friend circle here. Definitely could have got it a lot sooner, but it takes time. And the summer really helps because everyone's outside, wants to do activities and such here in the summer. So yeah, that was definitely something that makes your experience in a new city great, is finding a cool group of people to hang out with, people that are kind of in it with you with their 9-to-5s and everything. Yeah, trying new hobbies, trying new restaurants, pickleball, running club, good food. So no, I think you're gonna thrive out there, honestly. And the Asian population too. Not to say that Chicago's like LA or something, but there's more than what I was used to. And even just like a little bit more, you feel like it feels good. It feels good, and I'm excited to hear your adventures out there.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Two things I want to talk about. Oh, actually, this is not that important, but also I didn't mention, I will actually have a nightlife to go out in. Never had that before. Most I've had is like 2 bars. Yeah. So
yes,
I'll quickly overview. Like my hometown, basically no bars except the ones that there are. It's like a high school reunion in there, so not fun. I was in St. Louis this past weekend. Bunch of neckbeards and like, they're just like not my type. They're literally, we were playing cornhole. Like, well, it was the place that we went, but it's just like, oh god. And then
that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So I'm so excited to have a nightlife, and yeah, that. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to say, what was I gonna say? Oh, how has your experience been? I know you're in some of those like Asian adoptee groups that are based in Chicago. How's that been?
Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Chicago has a pretty big Korean adoptee community. Call ourselves Catch, Korean Adoptees
of Chicago.
I don't know what the T actually is.
I think,
but I should know that.
I think it's a T of adoptees. That's what I think. Wait, Korean adoptees.
Maybe.
It's not like the Chicago.
I don't know. But anyways, well, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, huge community. There's like a whole board, so they have like some organization, like a true, like it's built like a true organization, so that help plan monthly events. So do like, I know Chuseok is like Korean holiday coming up this month. They're having like an event for that. They had like a barbecue kind of like call it, like they just like rented out like some space in a park last month. I didn't get to go, but they have just little dinners at different people's houses or at a restaurant. So things like that, just good way to just meet people, be around your Korean adoptee friends and such community at least once a month. And it's really, really easy to just like connect with everyone. Fortunately, like there's not a lot that are our age or our age. So that's always like a different experience, but no, it's always good to have like a big community, and I'm definitely grateful that they were in the city that I happened to move to. So yeah. Is there one out in Seattle that you know of, or you haven't looked yet?
I think there's a subtle Asian like Facebook group. I don't know if there's like an official organization like Catch, you know. I'll have to look. If anyone knows,
Subtle Asian.
let me know.
So it's not adoptee.
Oh, what is subtle Asian? Is that not just adoptee? It's just Asian people?
No.
What the heck?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm new to this. Well, we've got our clip maker, Soyeon, up there. We'll be besties. One of our.
Soyeon.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyone who sees our clips on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, all thanks to Soyeon.
Yeah, that's right. She lives out there, so that's very cool.
Built-in bestie.
Might have to go out there sometime and have
Yeah.
a little meet up or something. But
You should visit.
yeah, I like when I was younger, I wanted to move to Seattle. For some reason.
Really? It's like not a
I
city
didn't
I
have like a
considered.
reason.
When I have a reason,
Yeah, I don't know.
besties over here.
I have a reason.
Not friends though,
Yeah,
because
my
we're not friends apparently.
Coworkers, my coworkers.
Something like that.
Coworkers.
But yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think I feel like we could talk more about that, but honestly, not enough time in an hour or so.
We were pushing this episode off a little further and further because
Yes.
I knew it was only a matter of time before she was going to get a job and we'd be able to have the full conversation.
Yeah.
The full cycle of the timeline per se of the post-grad job search. So
Yeah, if we had not pushed it
push it off. You got it.
I would have been screaming into this mic the entire
She would have
time.
been hot. She would have been
Josh
hot.
would
I
have
was
no
like,
words in this.
Yeah, I would just be here.
Yeah.
I could just mute.
Yeah, I would just be going and going and going.
Yeah.
So, yes,
I
thank
know.
God we.
So
put it
yeah,
off.
I think yeah, we can kind of end it off here.
Mhm.
Sorry, there might be an awkward little pause, like between two different clips because we had some technical difficulties. But again, congratulations! Super excited for you. Proud of you. You've been working really hard, and all your work paid off. So yeah, we're both employed now. So
Yay!
let's go.
That's so yeah. We're living the dream, you know.
We're living the dream.
Exactly.
All right. Well, of course, as always, like, subscribe if you haven't yet. It goes a long way. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Can address them in the following episodes. But we have a lot of more exciting topics to talk about. So yeah, stay tuned for that. On Spotify, rate and follow the show if you haven't yet. But yeah. Anything else you want to leave them off with?
We also have TikTok, Instagram. I made a LinkTree, so hopefully it's all somewhere. You can find the LinkTree, and then you can share it with all of your friends. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Perfect. Well, on that note, we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Have a great week.
Bye.